Yeah, what's up guys, and welcome to another game review. Yeah, there's some videos coming in October, but for the time being, I think it's about time that I did another review. And for once, I will actually be talking about a game online. No, this is not going to be an online game, this is not going to be a microtransaction or any of that shit. I will actually be talking about a game that you can play right now on the internet. Right here, right now, if you want to, at crazygames.com. I will be linking that website down below. And the game in question, well, since it's October, since it's Halloween times, I think it's about time that I actually reviewed a horror game. It's not really that much of a horror. Sure, it has some horror themes, but I wouldn't really consider it to be that much scary. This is Five Nights at Freddy's shooter. So in this game, you take control of an unnamed protagonist, and your mission is to just shoot. So after choosing start, the game actually begins, and it is your mission to shoot a bunch of Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics. And there they are! Now at first I was kind of scared, but once I realized that you actually have a gun, you are supposed to shoot them as much as possible, it wasn't really that scary. You'd expect a game surrounded in darkness and with basically not much music, but in terms of sound effects, will actually become scary. But honestly, it's just the sound design which makes it less scary. It's really loud. The gun actually fires very loudly. And these animatronics, well, they are obviously the animatronics from the games, and yeah, they look pretty cool, I must say. Now, they were at first a bit scary, but like I said, you shoot them, and therefore they become less scary. There's very little resistance. Sure, you have a health bar, but that health bar is actually quite generous. You're not taking that much damage, and throughout this playthrough, I didn't actually die once. So yeah, your job is to basically shoot as many animatronics as possible. Now, I do think there are some segments you have to reach a certain amount of depths, and then you have to head up to a different level in order to unlock some more animatronics. Now that I'm not sure. So anyway, one thing I noticed while playing this game is the fact that you are not necessarily in any sort of Five Nights at Freddy's specific location. You are in a mall. Sure, that was the thing in Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, sort of. It did have a few shops, but it was mostly just an amusement arcade park. So yeah, this mall is unspecific, which means that it should be scary, but like I said, it's not. It's set during nighttime, but because it is very bright, for some reason, it doesn't really become that much scarier, really. Because you'd expect the game to be set in complete darkness, it would be kind of off, it would be kind of weird, would be kind of scary. But no, it's not. It's very bright and exaggerated. Now, of course, they did try to be a bit scary by adding some voice clips here and there, something I cannot show you because I'm speaking in this footage, so that's why I tuned it down. But it doesn't really mean much. I was hoping it would be Roxy. But no, that's not the case. It was just a voice which I heard, which didn't really meant anything. It is the usual darkness music, which tries to sound really edgy and cool, but very shallow. It's kind of like the soundtrack of Winback, you know, the Nintendo 64 game, when the soundtrack amps up depending on how much health you have left. That is not a thing in this game. It's the same music over and over and over again throughout this entire gameplay footage. There was nothing of the sort, and sadly, the soundtrack doesn't actually do much to really support this game. I mean, it sort of helps, but it doesn't really help to the point where it really feels really scary. Yeah, this is not necessarily a horror game per se. It is a first-person shooter with a horror aesthetic to an extent, but because it's just very clean and very well and very fine to look at, it doesn't really scream much of the horror aesthetic. And despite these Five Nights at Freddy's figures trying to retaliate with a few final shots to really scare you, it's not enough to be considered a horror game. This is a first-person shooter with a horror aesthetic. Is there something wrong with that? No, it's absolutely not. But since I searched up horror game on this very website and found this, I expected to be scared. Something I wasn't. But honestly, it's just sort of non-offensive. It's not really the worst game in the entire world. It simply doesn't hold that much water. So yes, do I recommend this game? I mean, if you like the idea, then yes. If you simply think that it's stupid, it's not really going to appeal to you. So that was everything I had to offer for this very review. I will see you in the next one. Bye!